Now, I know a lot of people out there are probably quite nervous right now regarding the market. That's understandable. And this is also true with people who are invested in VRYYF. But I'm here to tell you that I am more convinced than ever. That is why me and my girlfriend made a tough decision to be able to actually invest more into the very good food company. Welcome to the PlantStock channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jesse. And if you want to get more information regarding the very good food company, Tattoo Chef, or Beyond Meat, to name a few, make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget that bell button. And as always, I would truly appreciate an early thumbs up to help spread the message of the channel. Really appreciate your help. And if we just take a look at the stock chart, ticker symbol VRYYF, which is the OTC version in American dollars, we can see, as we know, it's been a tough year since January. It's been a downtrend ever since in one way or another. It's lost a lot. And obviously it's the same in the ticker symbol VRY, which is in the Canadian TSXV. And why is this? Well, I think we know. Foremost, we know that the market right now is very unstable due to people being nervous about inflation. And it seems like we are heading towards inflation if we're not already there. And also there's talk about the speculations about if the interest rates could get higher with time. And I think it will get higher with time, but the question is when. But I think the inflation thing is that. And what happens is that most people who are uncertain when it comes to these kinds of times, they'll rather invest in safer stocks, value stocks, and they'll move out from disruptive companies like the very good food company. And that is one of the reasons why I made this video, because I wanted to show you why you should feel that this is a company you can rely on long term. Now, I've been part of this company in one way or another since they IPO'd back in June. And the problem there, though, was that I kind of chickened out after a month or two. I compared it to Beyond Meat, and I didn't really do my due diligence enough. I made a decision that wasn't the best given what I know about the company today. But later, I learned from my mistakes. So in September and October, I did my due diligence. I started making larger investments, especially one large investment for me and my family anyways, in October. And the stock price was around 1.4, 1.5 American dollars and around 2 Canadian dollars. And I haven't invested more since then. And that's been extremely frustrating, given that I've been reporting on this company now for about a half a year, right? I come out with all the news basically, and I dive in deeper and deeper. I'm really part of their journey, and it makes me kind of frustrated, to be honest, that I can't invest more, because it was kind of a large investment for us, and we want to obviously have more investment than just one. So that was an issue, and that something happened the other day. I'm not sure if you've seen the video that I actually sold my car recently, and I invested that money into Tattoo Chef and Beyond Meat instead of paying off the car loan. If you haven't seen it, take a look at it up here. And it got me thinking, what about VRYYF? I love this company, right? I want to be invested even more. How can I do that? Because yeah, we invest every month, but again, I want to invest also in other companies. So I want to go in stronger into VRY now. So I don't need to invest for a while again. So what did we do? Well, me and my girlfriend, we had a tough decision to make. We had a longer discussion, and we had 9 positions, 9 different stocks. And we started talking about one of the stocks that we also really care about. We really like it. We really believe in it. But comparatively to VRY, we can't see them giving us the same returns in the next 5 years or so, or only actually in the next 2 to 3 years. So we had to make a tough decision. And you guys know me, I'm long term. So what we did is that we sold out of that whole position to be able to put that money in VRY. Now, some of you might wonder what company that is, and I'm not going to tell you at this point, maybe later in my private Discord channel that comes out in a couple of days or weeks. And the reason is that I don't want to create negativity around that stock, because it's still a company that I believe in. I do see them having a bright future, just right now not as bright as VRY. And I do understand VRYYF better as a company, so it is easier to follow their journey. Now, some of you folks might wonder, what about being long-term? You're going against your philosophy. Well, this is not true. I mean, I still believe in being long-term, but I still believe that sometimes you may have to make a decision that makes more sense long-term. And the problem also is that I have another philosophy, like most of us, we have several, and that is that I don't want to be invested in too many stocks, especially not if you don't have enough, a larger portfolio, right? I mean, if you're a multi-millionaire, right? I think it makes sense to have maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 stocks, right? But I'm not there yet. I will come there one day, that I'm convinced about, but I'm not there yet. And you can't follow 15, 20 stories properly, right? You can't follow everything that happens to the company. And I want to be more into this company, understand it better. So, and I do feel that I understand the Very Good Food Company quite well. So that is one of the reasons. Now, what is the amount that we're actually going to invest? Well, it's going to be around 8,500 American dollars and about 10,200 or 10,300 Canadian dollars. And it might not sound a lot to you guys or to some of you, but for me and my family, you know, I'm a teacher, my girlfriend sells insurance. So for us, it's quite a lot, even though we have way more, of course, totally in our portfolio, but we're taking our time. We put in already now, like a couple of days ago, around $1,500 of that money. But it might take us a couple of weeks or a couple of months to keep investing it, like we talked about dollar cost averaging it. So the point of the video was that those people who are invested in VRY right now or in the market who feel nervous, who are worried, don't be. Again, I'm really even more convicted about this company now. That is why I made this move, right? And I'm hoping that will give some of you a peace of mind. Because when you keep thinking about it, when I keep thinking about it anyways, remember the facilities in California and Vancouver that just opened, the kind of revenue potential we're going to see with this company in the coming years. Coming out now soon also with gluten-free products, which will expand their portfolio of products that much more, will open up to much more people. And when you look, as I've talked about before, on the PS ratio, I mean, right now, for a lot of people, I understand if you're a value investor, or even if you're not a value investor, this company right now, the Very Good Food Company, the PS, the price to sales ratio is over 100. That's quite a lot, right? Over 100. I mean, Tesla, that is a disruptive, speculative stock for many people, which I don't think it is, but is around 20, 22. Beyond Meat around 20. And the chef, Tattoo Chef, is around 9, 10. I mean, over 100, that's a lot in many people's eyes. But that's not how I look at it, because I invest for the future. And I see them bringing in about $100 million in the next 1 to 2 years, right? In the next 1 to 2 years. And if the stock would stand still, basically, which it won't, it's going to fly up, don't worry. But if it would stand still, that would be a PS ratio of about 4. Now that's amazing, PS ratio of 4. So don't worry about it. You're good. Just, try to stick with your guns. But it is important in the market. If you want to make money, you have to be there long term. Don't be stressed. I'm going to give you an example. It's a personal example of a close friend of mine that I've known for 30 years. Both of us are quite heavily invested in Tesla. Yet we don't always follow the same philosophies. And he panicked a couple of months ago, and he sold out of Tesla because he thought it's dropping like crazy now, and it might drop even more. It had already dropped a total of, $200-300. So he thought, like, I'll sell out because it might go even more lower, and then I'll buy in with that money, when it might go like $200 to even more. And what happened is that when he sold out, it stopped because you can't predict the market. And he ended up buying it in at a higher price again, and he lost about, I think it was like $20,000 to $30,000. And this is not a rich guy. So that was a lot to lose, right? And that was because he was stressed. He had he said his long term, but he had short term goals because he felt like, I'm a specific age now. I need to come up with at a certain amount. And because he only had like a 6 months goal, he got stressed and sold out, and now he's punished for it. And that's why I always say, think long term. Like with VRYYF, think in keeping the money there at least 3 years to 5 years, if not 10 years or longer. Guys, I mean, if you have the long-term mentality, you won't be stressed. Whatever happens right now, it doesn't matter. Because let's face it, the statistics are clear on this. Overwhelmingly, majority of people who are long-term make a lot more money than people who are short-term. Believe me on that. I can give you stats on it later if that's what you want, but you need to believe it. And also, these products, they're selling out in a lot of stores. I talked to one of my subscribers this morning. I believe her name is Taylor from Vancouver. Shout out to you. Thank you for the help. And she showed me a photo from one of the stores in the Vancouver area, which showed, take a look here, that basically it's selling out in different stores. She said around the 10 stores in the Vancouver area that has their products, the local areas. When you look at the vegan options, usually it's the very good food companies' products, specifically the hamburgers and the taco stuffers that sell out. And that's impressive, right? Imagine if that's happening, that now they have about 300 stores and they're about to get 3,000 stores. They're going to 10x this year, right? And I imagine that's going to happen in those stores as well. So this is an indication of what's to come. And this actually gives me an idea. I don't know if you guys know, but in a few days from now or in a couple of weeks from now, I'm going to start my own Discord channel, which will be available for people who want to be part of a Patreon. It'll be about $5. You know, you'll have different perks. We'll talk about it more. If you're interested, let me know down below. But I thought that I would steal an idea from Jeremy from Financial Education. You know, he talks a lot about the tattooed chef. And he wants people to kind of share what they see in different stores by, you know, adding in pictures. And if you're seeing how well they actually sell. And I feel we could do the same with VRYYF, right? We could share those photos in the Discord that I'm opening up soon. So if you think that's a good idea, let me know down below in the comments. All right, folks, that was it for today. I truly hope you got a lot of value from today's video. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding VRY and other plant-based companies out there, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that magic bell button. And as always, folks, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important to do your own due diligence and invest safe. Have a wonderful Saturday and hope to see you soon. Peace out.